Earnest Optibotimus committed with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Cyberverse Ultimate Class Optimus Prime. For the packaging, this is the front of the box, this, and this is the side of the box, and this is the back of the box. Showing off his robot as well as his vehicle mode, his Matrix Mega Shot. And one thing that I find funny, way down here it says, some poses may require additional support. What poses? Him standing? That's going to require additional support? What? But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright, and here we have Optimus Prime opened up out of its packaging and obviously in his alternate truck mode. Now, Transformers Cyberverse is the new cartoon series that's coming to Cartoon Network, and it is debuting in the next couple days. But if you head on over to Cartoon Network's website right now, you can actually watch, I think it's like the first 2 episodes. I watched the first one, and I was already kind of put off by the fact that it was split up in 2 parts, and each part was like 5.5 minutes long. So the full episode is like 11 minutes. And in talking to a lot of people on Twitter, that's fairly standard, I guess, now for a lot of popular shows. I guess I'm just used to regular episodes being like 22 minutes long with commercials put in there to stretch it to a half an hour. But, I mean, whatever. I'm old. What do I know? But I don't really know necessarily where this series takes place. I didn't watch a lot of Robots in Disguise, so I don't know if this is a continuation of it. But as you can see, Optimus here is in his fairly common looking truck mode. You got that nice red cab here in the front. You got the blue legs. Very similar to kind of almost every general version of Optimus Prime. Overall, fairly decent. Nice silver for the smokestacks. You got some blue thrown on there in the different areas. I like the semi-translucent nature of the front windshield. You have windshield wipers because I guess on Cybertron they need to have windshield wipers. Sure, I guess. But overall, pretty decent looking. I can't really complain too much. These are a $30 price point. We'll get into that more here in a little bit. You got a gimmick that's built into it. They're fairly large size figures, but very simple. And I don't know necessarily if that $30 is warranted. Now that gimmick, that matrix effects thing, you have like it all built into the front section, and then this tire here, I'm not going to be able to really show it because my surface is pretty smooth. It works pretty decently on carpet, but these wheels here roll very freely. This one here, well, and there you have it. This one here is attached to a gear mechanism that you can kind of see right here, and as you rotate that makes the tire itself rotate. There it is. I've accidentally activated it. So let me rotate that back around. Let's pretend you did not see that. Okay. Oh, there we go. Back to normal. So the little gear mechanism works. To get that to work, all you do is you push the top of it and it activates it. It springs out from underneath here. This section here springs out and opens up. You can see you get some extra paint detail on the inside with some little blue effects, which is pretty cool. And then you get this little matrix thing, and that spins. And that's where the tire rotating kind of brings it around. So when you rotate the tire, you can see it opens up that matrix. And you got a little blue bursting effect there, and then you spin it, and you got the matrix in there. So that's his little gimmick in there. It's pretty decent. I can't complain, although this is on kind of a hair trigger, as you could see. It pops out there, and then to put it back, you just lift this, push this back. Make sure you push that in as far as you can so that pops down. You want to have it, from what I gather, like with these little bits here on the side. So rotate that around. And then push that all the way down, and then these all kind of spring back down, which is pretty good. I like that. And even when you open it, you don't really even notice it there, so that's pretty solid, I guess. And then you can also use that in his robot mode, and I'll show that here in a bit. But overall, pretty decent. You can see basically how big he is. It's good size. I'm trying to look around here, see what I have. Here is Blast Off. So you can see deluxe size figure. This is ultimate, so I mean, you get the idea. Okay, now for the transformation, fairly easy. You want to come around to the side. You want to detach this, fold that, just get that out of the way. Do that on this side as well, and then take these legs and fold those down, and around just like that. And take these little feet sections, you can tuck these under and basically get that in there. And there you have his legs pretty much done. Come up to the top, you want to detach this, rotate that around on both sides just like so. Come around to this whole section, lift this up, and there's a very strong chance that this is going to spring, so if it does, just leave it later on. And then take this, and you want to detach this from the bottom, and you can see you have this little section right here that then accordions. You can bring that down and clip that down into place just like so. Come to this back section and just rotate that around like so, revealing his head. Then come to these arms, pull these out, rotate that around, do that on both sides just like so. Or maybe you can take the elbows, stretch those down like that. Then come around to the back section here, and you got these little posts that are going to tab into the back. You bring that up, push that in, and there you have Optimus Prime in his robot mode. But overall, not a bad toy, I don't think. I feel like these ones are an evolution of those robots in disguise figures, the very simple ones that as kids get older, they evolve from those more simple ones to a little bit more involved, which I think is a good way to kind of bring them along. The overall look of him is pretty solid. He does have a bit of a backpack, but that's not terrible. You do got some gapping and everything, but again, these are more designed for the younger audience, and I think they do a pretty good job of recreating Optimus to appeal to them. I feel like his head is kind of an animated sort of looking head. It's a little bit longer, and I feel like if that was gone, I would see the David K's Optimus Prime face underneath there. But the overall look is very Optimus Prime-ish. You got the smokestacks on the arms. You can see that he transforms very similarly to, say, the G1 Optimus, but with a decent amount of articulation and updated detail to him. Got the nice Autobot logos printed on there. You got the little yellow section, which looks pretty good. I would probably say the ugliest part is his hands. You can see that at least they painted his hands black all the way through, which looks pretty good, but you have the front of the truck, which is there. I wish there was a way that maybe you could rotate this entire section. That would be kind of cool. It would look better. I know it would add a lot more to it, but it's overall pretty decent. There are some hollow bits, as you can see, with the arms and then even on the inside of the leg. So there is a thinness to him. Well, I shouldn't even say thinness, a lightness to him because of that. That does kind of take away from the overall heft. I mean, he is a pretty big figure. So coming back, and I'm just going to bring in Blast Off again because, hey, why not? I mean, you can see, I mean, he's a pretty big dude. I mean, definitely, I would say leaderish size, but not at that same price point. A lot of the leader figures now are going for like $60. The Voyagers are around 30, 35, and as I said, this guy is $30. I don't know if I really feel like he's worth that price. The simple nature of the transformation, it is what it is. I feel like the gimmick is why he is that expensive. There's more engineering in the torso area than the rest of them, and I think that's what pushes the price of the guy. But I would probably be happier if this was around the $22 to $25 price range. Now, as I said, he does have that gimmick still. To activate that, you got these little buttons on the side. You just push that, and that whole thing, you can see, pops out, and that whole thing springs out. But now to activate it, you have to come around here to the side, and you have to rotate this. So you just sit there and just spin that around, and you get that blast effect going, which, you know, it's okay. To put it back, you're going to pull the head back again, line it up where these little gray sections are on the side, and then you can just rotate this around and push all the way down. Then this whole thing, I like the spring-loaded aspect of it. The only thing that you have to really do is put that down, although that's kind of springy as well. Everything else is pretty decent on them. Articulation wise, the head is on a swivel, so you can rotate that. You have swivels here for the shoulders. It does get a little bit kind of hung up on some back areas here, but it's not overly terrible. Hinges out, does rotate at the upper part of the bicep. You do have a soft ratchet hinge at the elbow, nothing at the wrist or the waist. The hips here though move forward and back. They're a little bit loose, but a lot of it, I mean, you can see that falls in, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that these are ratcheted outward, and then there's getting that there's a bit of a gap between the furthest point here where there's like a ratchet and then the next point. But the ratchet joint, you see, it holds pretty decently, so it does work, just a little bit loose going in there. Forward, back, rotates at the upper part of the thigh. He does have a bend at the knee, which is pretty good. Nothing at the feet or anything, but again, you can kind of spread his legs out and get kind of a heroic look for him. I guess you could kind of say that due to the transformation, he's got a butterfly joint as well, but decent. I mean, like I said, I think that the price is a little bit higher. I'd be happier, or at the most, paying $25 for the guy. But I think they did a pretty good job. It's a nice representation of Optimus. I think that the overall aesthetic and the cues that they're going for work pretty good. The only thing that I, like I said, would like to have seen differently would be the hands. But beyond that, really solid looking toy. Now to transform them back, first take these arms and rotate these up just like so. Come around to the back, take this, detach this, and then you can hinge all this back around and then swivel the forearm section in, locking that into place along the sides. Come down to the waist section, you want to detach this and split that away, and then when you come around here, you have a couple different lineup sections here. You got these little teeth bits right here that are going to lock into that little section, and this on the back is going to line up with that. So just rotate that around and give that a nice little push, locking that into place. Come back around here to the front. I forgot to do this. Rotate these around, and these will tab in along the side. You got a little post right there that can be a little bit tricky to line up, but when you're done, there you go. And then take his head, straighten that out, just fold this back. All this stuff will kind of come along with it and bring that around just like that. Come to these back legs. All you do is open these up, kind of angle them outward, and then straighten these legs. There we are. And then, you know, it's just going to detach anyways, who cares? And then just rotate these around. Maybe it's a little bit easier to hook these in now. The back section here doesn't want to lock in. So we're just gonna fight with that this whole time. And there we go. We'll leave it like that. Oh, that flung up. And then just take these, and you got little tabs that line things up there. You push that in, lining that all up, and this, his head popped out. So put that down, and yeah, like I said, it's on a hair trigger. So lock that down. But when you're done, there you have Optimus back in his truck mode.
Thank you for watching though, guys. Don't forget that if you like this video, I would really appreciate your support by letting me know simply by hitting that thumbs up button. It actually does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. Also, if you're new here, welcome. And before you go, make sure you subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you'll get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you'll never miss out on a future review of mine. Or if you're already subscribed, now more than ever, it's important to make sure that you're getting those email notifications. We all know just how unreliable that YouTube subscription box is, and the best way to help support my channel and not miss any future reviews of mine is to click on that little bell right below this video and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. As for Optimus here, he's a solid toy. I think too many reviewers take some of these more kid-oriented figures and treat them too seriously. This is just a fun action figure. Price is a little bit high on it. I think that, as I said, the $22 to $25 price would probably be a little bit better on them. $30 I feel is pushing it, but it's not bad. The vehicle mode here looks pretty solid. The transformation, I can't really complain too much about it because it's very much like that original G1 Optimus, and I love that transformation, so I can't complain much about this guy. And we get a robot mode that does look good as well. The other thing that I really like is that the gimmick isn't all that intrusive to the figure. Yeah, it's a bit hair triggery, but it's not like obnoxiously crammed into the figure that makes you not like it, which is something that, let's be honest, Hasbro is known for doing. But all that being said, if the new Transformers Cyberverse Ultimate Class Optimus Prime is a figure that you'd like to add to your collection, he is in various retail locations right now. Or as always, there's Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do for that is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to BBTS where you can check out availability on this guy as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer figures. And a huge thanks to you if you made it all the way to the end of this review. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. And a huge shout out to all of my patrons who through their continued support help to make reviews like this possible. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.